And now we are joined over the phone by Ambassador Medhat Meligy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon to you.
So, sir, can you shed more light on President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's speech yesterday and the messages he wanted to deliver to Egyptians in his speech?
Well, first of all, we have to understand that the importance that President el-Sisi is giving to this celebration is because he is totally aware, as I think most Egyptians are, of the importance of the Ministry of Interior and the police role that it's playing in the security and the stability of this country. And from here came the message, I'm talking about the internal message that the President gave. However, there were other messages regarding other issues that I don't think that this is the time to discuss it. Today we want to make sure that we all understand and we have raised the awareness about the importance of the role played by the Ministry of Interior and the police forces in this country.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, also, can you shed light on the historical background behind choosing the 25th of January as a day to celebrate the police achievements?
Well, as you know, that the event started, or the main event that over which we chose this date was the fight that the police had to have in the 25th of January 1952 when the British leader of the canal area, the Brigadier Oxham, he contacted the Egyptian police and they gave them ultimatum or a warning for the police forces to deliver their station in Ismailia, a very known governorate of Egypt, to deliver their weapons to the British forces, and that they should leave the canal area and withdraw to Cairo. And the governorate of Ismailia, after consulting with the police, they refused the ultimatum, and they asked the British and at the Prime Minister of the time, Fuad Sirajuddin, who was the minister of the Interior at that moment, they contacted him and he asked them also not to surrender their weapons or their posts. And of course, as you know, that this ended up in a very good position of the Egyptians because of this incident. And we chose this date as a symbol of the persistence and the resistance, the Egyptian resistance, and especially of the police forces regarding the colonialists at the time, which were the British forces.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, would you highlight some of the initiatives launched by the police to enhance relationship between the police and the public they serve?
Well, there are many initiatives, but what I want to focus on is the new types of training that the police forces are actually undertaking in order to raise even awareness in the police forces and how to deal with the Egyptian people in police stations and elsewhere in the streets and everywhere, which is the main focal is to respect the human rights for the Egyptians when they are dealing with them. And I think that this is one of the most important initiatives that were undertaken by the Ministry of Interior in the recent years, which would allow the police to understand how is the best way to treat the Egyptians, including even the ones who are accused of committing crimes and, or any violation of the law, is that the human rights of this citizen should be respected even during the times of arrest or else. So the idea is that this is one of the major things. We should not also forget about the many initiatives that were undertaken by the police in order to facilitate the obtentions of Egyptians to whatever documents that they might need, and they were basically they are managed by the Ministry of and the police forces, such as passports and other documents, which are the civil part of their job.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, also, do you believe that the police forces' duties have changed according to the current circumstances?
Well, of course. I mean, we have to understand that the police forces have taken very severe measures in order to, as you know, I mean, during the last era and the last era of presidency, we had some abuse of the police forces. But ever since what we call now proud of calling the new republic is have emerged, and there is a lot of cooperation and association between the Egyptian people and the police forces. We have to understand that the situation and the relation actually between police forces and the Egyptian citizens were not as it best before. But I think ever since the new republic and the new revolution that has been going in our country and establishing a new set of measures on how to deal with citizens and how citizens should deal with the authorities, has taken another current, and now it's getting a lot better than before. And I think that this is due to the training I mentioned before and due to the respect that people are having for the police force and the major role it's playing in their own stability and security. We have to understand that the internal security depends majorly about the police forces and what they are doing in the country. So I think this respect is both ways. There's a lot of respect from the police forces to the Egyptian citizen, and we can expect this to be enhanced over the time. Nothing can be changed in a course of a year, but we have to say now that we are really proud of the police forces and the Ministry of Interior and the important role they are playing in our security.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Ambassador Medhat Meligy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you, sir, for being with us.